tell you good lies, 'cause I'll find a better one. Yeah, susceptible now before the moment flies. Ooh, so tell you good lies, 'cause I'll find a better one. Ooh, susceptible now before the moment flies. It's not a problem, no, 'cause I know what I'm getting into. Yes. Yeah, and nothing can stop me. No, 'cause I'm addicted to what you and I realize. Lead the way, I follow. No need to say where we are heading now, babe. I follow to the edge of it all. So tell your good lies, 'cause I'll find a better one. Yeah, susceptible now before the moment flies. Before it flies. So tell your good lies, 'cause I'll find a better one. Susceptible now before the moment flies. Yeah.
All right, we are back. Part two. I got too many things to discuss in order to do a standalone show on this one, but let's do it this way, shall we? Let's do it this way. Brittany Renner, not one person. It's amazing that one person got so much ire and animosity. What the French toast is going on with people? But I said, all right, let's have this conversation, shall we? Because I want to see what the hubbub is about. Honestly, I do. What's the big discussion? And now let's see who's going to actually show up tonight to discuss this. Because here's the bottom line, as far as I'm concerned. When you are sitting down to talk to somebody and doing an interview, that's what you're supposed to be discussing. You're supposed to be discussing an interview. You don't necessarily get into everything the person is doing, because you'll never be able to get that accomplished. Many people, I don't know if you guys were around when I sat down with Tasha K, but many of Tasha K's fans were upset with her because she didn't go off on me or something like that. And that's not how, well, some people may do that, but that's not who I am. That's not who I am, and that's not how I work. And like I said, if that was your takeaway or your intention, then you ain't been following me. You haven't been paying any attention. I've said it for the longest. I reflect energy. And I'll be nice to you if you're nice to me. When you sit down with somebody, you're supposed to be trying to understand, to get something out of somebody that other people aren't getting. Everybody that just sat down with Brittany seems to be talking about the same thing. The same thing. And that's just not me, man. I don't care to discuss what everybody else is discussing. Now, I understand that some guys were like, man, I wanted you to basically to tear her to shreds. Why? But we're going to get into it. First off, let's discuss number one. One, that anytime you sit down and do an interview, a professional interview, there's going to be, you typically have notes. You typically have things that you can discuss, you want to discuss, and there can also be things that are off limits. That's just what happens. Now, I don't care what other people do on other channels. Over here, I run a professional shop. People can do what they want to on their platforms, and that's cool. But over here, it's a professional thing. And if there's some topics that are supposed to be off limits, you don't play. I'm not the type of person that's going to sit back and play gotcha and do that kind of stuff. Because I wouldn't want anybody to do that to me. That's not cool. And if you got to resort to that kind of stuff, well, you need to get better at your craft. Let's get into this. Let's get into this. And I'm going to open it up too, because there's some key points in this thing I want to go over. But let's start from the beginning, shall we?
That I am a gold-digging, manipulative, evil, whorebag slut who has no real talent.
Oh, damn, it just jumped right into it. Oh, let's start again.
Who has...
Rewind.
Ultimately, you know, so I don't know where this ride ends. I feel like I'm stuck in Disney World and I don't know how to get out. Let's see. That I am a gold-digging, manipulative, evil, whorebag slut who has no real talent, who has sucked and fucked her way to the top, and is a overhyped, below average looking girl with clout who is only relevant because of her ass.
Well, damn. Now, right there, for the majority of people, that would have been good enough just to sit there and hang out and talk about past judgments on her. And that's not what I do. I don't pass judgments on people because I don't sit in their shoes. She chose to live her life like I chose to live mine, like you chose to live yours. And anytime I sit down with somebody, I always start with the same thing. What do you want? Why do you want it? And what are you willing to do to get it? And if that's not what floats your boat, fine. If you guys want to just see me go off on people, regardless as to what they have to say, you're going to be sadly disappointed with content on this channel going forward, because Obsidian talks about people wanting to see me whoop that trick. No. Like I said at the end of the interview,
recording in progress.
I think sometimes people just want me to be a blunt instrument against people, and that's not how you get anything. We don't get anywhere without asking questions. And just like over here on the men's side, gentlemen, whether we like it or not, there are people over there on the women's side, the feminist side, the womanist side, that have their beliefs too. And they believe it just as fervently as you believe what you believe and as I believe what I believe. You're going to have to understand that. That's just how this works. There are people who believe exactly what they believe. Like I said at the end of the interview. But how do you get anywhere with that? You know, if Christian and Muslim, they got to sooner or later be able to sit down and talk. Especially when you're dealing with somebody who has influence. Brittany Renner has been around for 10 years and has almost over 5 million subscribers. As far as power rankings, I may be ascendant, but she's been in here longer and has a bigger platform. And there's a common courtesy that you pay even when two heavyweights step in the ring. Now, there are things that I know behind the scenes that I am not privy to say or discuss because it's not my life. It's not my life, and it's not for me to put it out there. If she decides she wants to break the news about further situations, that's up to her. But suffice it to say that I'm good with the questions I asked. Now, you also allow somebody to talk. You allow somebody to talk, and you only really interrupt to press an inconsistency. So this is the difference between being a content creator and a commenter. And a lot of people that I see who had something to say, I'm gonna be honest. If I don't see you, if I don't even know who you are, and I judge, no. First off, let me back everybody out of here. Let me back everybody out of here. In order to get on, first off, we're going to do this my way. If you want to ask a question, put it in Super Chat. That's what we're going to do with that going forward. We're going to do that. We're going to, before I open the Zoom meeting, we're going to do it that way. Because many people just want to get in here and do their thing. We're going to do this in an orderly fashion. Put it in Super Chat. And after we get, and if I decide to open the Zoom call, I'll open the Zoom call. But I'm going to tell you right now, if you got a platform and you want to come on and build your platform, or think you're going to, I've had plenty of people who think that it's going to jump in my Zoom calls and build your own platform. Do respect YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, all build your own work. Good job. So let's get it. I will be sitting down with more women that I would likely disagree with vehemently. I will also be sitting down with men that I likely disagree with vehemently. But we will be at equal rankings, meaning I'm not going to just because you disagree with me, there's a business to run here. There are plenty of people who disagree with me and want to just sit down and talk to me. Well, then you want to do that? Book me. I'm gonna just get real. Book me. I built a business. There's an economy around me, and I'm not a fool. I understand how this thing works. And in order to be able to sit down with people, you need to be able to bring some value. And see, that's the difference between being a content creator and a commenter. Many times people are just trying to play kind of gotcha things, and I get it. It makes good clips and everything, but we're not moving the conversation forward. Is a personal assessment and coaching available? Yeah. Let me put that link out. Let me do that real quick. That was awful. I was actually going to post it up tomorrow. I'm going to post it on the community tab tomorrow, but I'll go ahead and put it up right now. Self-awareness assessment. All right, here you go. So, hold on just a second. Let me get this in there. Dang, why is this not? This is not. Somebody said something about PJ Washington. That's the link to the self-awareness package. So, I got plenty of money. I got plenty of money. Just admit you dig her. She's cool. Brittany's all right. I rock her. No, she's a beautiful woman, but why would I have to lie? See, another thing is a lot of you guys seem to think that you're me. Beautiful women aren't new to me. Being around attractive, beautiful women, that's my life. So, due respect, maybe you're not in that area. This is nothing new to me. And I'm not trying to cap, I'm not trying to throw shade or anything like that, but And that's where it's been before this. This is business. Do you feel any remorse for her actions against PJ Washington? No, absolutely not. From everything that's been shown out in public, no. PJ Washington is a 23 or 20, however, he's a 20 plus year old multimillionaire basketball player who chose to date a woman who wrote a book that says, judge this cover. Even somebody like me who's not big into celebrity gossip know who she is. And like the woman said, you're old enough to ride this ride. You want to have unprotected sex with me. Listen to the academics interview where she detailed she was on birth control until she was off of it. She didn't just stop taking it. The child is PJ Washington III. So what's there to be remorseful of? That a millionaire basketball player got with a beautiful woman and they decided to have a child and the relationship ended. And I'm not going to get into liberty of why the relationship ended. It's not mine to discuss, but I don't feel any more what's to be remorseful of. She moved across the country into the home and they were together for a long time. See, you can get everything you need to know from the interviews. You don't have to make it up. The narrative is one thing, but if you just listen to what she said, what's there to be remorseful of? But I get it. And I don't. So yeah, that's another. I'm gonna just leave it there. But I don't understand. I mean, especially over here, in where we're about personal accountability and things like that, about men becoming confident, intelligent, and assertive. We're talking about women taking accountability, and accountability is like kryptonite. Why would I feel sorry for somebody who walked into a situation with open eyes? He was dating Brittany Renner. He wasn't dating a librarian. This woman has a very visible public profile. And one thing I can say about people I meet, I am a pretty good judge of character, and she is pretty much what she says she is. You choose to go down that path. Think about it this way. Ask yourself a question. If me is my profile, if I decided to start dating a stripper right now or something just really outlandish and it went left, would anyone feel any remorse for me? They would say, well, wait a minute. He's a grown man and he made a choice. I hold us accountable for the choices we make. So let's see. I want to get to the next question. Every interview she did, she got attacked, but you didn't do that. You have a class. Well, here's the thing. My personal opinion is the interviews. Okay, I don't know if you want to you can keep on spending money if you like to. This person, Democratic detox because you like her. Okay. If you want to continue to put money out there, but see, I think you folks need to understand, just because you say it doesn't change the reality of what it is. But you're welcome to keep putting money out there if it makes you feel any better. No, I don't attack people. Because how are you going to have a conversation with people you vehemently disagree with? And do it. I want you guys to think about Jordan Peterson and Kathy Newman interview. That interview launched Jordan Peterson's career because Kathy Newman's interview style. So what you're saying is she wasn't in a journalist capacity. She wasn't even trying to interview. She had a point of view and she was trying to play gotcha with Jordan Peterson, and it backfired on her. You guys also need to understand something. When you decide to go down that path, it could backfire on you as well. And there's nothing to be gained in that. So, yeah, that's why I said, if you want to ask questions, go ahead and ask a question. Because if there's a way to make you sign up for Zoom and then jump in, no. But from what I understand, from everything that I've heard, and even in the retractions that have been printed, there was no trapping of anybody. That's one thing y'all do need to know. There's no trapping of anything. Let me go through this thing. It says, why does it matter if your guest is on Zoom or on a couch? Your messaging content is always consistent except for your video with her. You haven't been paying attention. What the French toast are you talking about? That just shows you don't pay enough attention. Did I do it with Tommy Lee? Did I do it with anybody? When do I ever go? Well, you can say what you like. See, that's another thing. Many of people who have an issue with it, you just want to see blood sport. It's not what's going to happen. See, there's a difference between making content and doing an interview. So a lot of you guys are just going to find yourself disappointed. And if that's how you want to go after, if that's how you want to, you're free to make a channel yourself and see how that works. But no one's going to sit down and even talk to you, work with you. Not anybody really serious. If you're going to sit there and play gotcha games, look, she's a very liberal, free-spirited person, very social, very liberal. I know that. What's to be gained for judging that? I think I'm gonna just say this also. I think a lot of guys want to just. I think of sitting and said some of you guys just. Well, I'm gonna leave it for another video. You're gonna watch that part of it. What she did was long-term predatory. What was predatory about it? A consensual relationship. She moved in. She was asked to move in with her boyfriend. What's predatory? See, you guys use words that don't make any sense. How did she predate upon an adult who asked her to do everything she did? How did she predate on him? You're free to have your opinion, but how does it line up with the facts that are out there, not your opinions? Me in this position at 18 is the same thing as she. Wrong. It's wrong. It's wrong on the facts, wrong on the law, wrong on the situation. But I will also say that you're free to be wrong, but you guys need to understand something. That just because you disapprove doesn't make it wrong. Notice that where has the offended party said these things? See, I think it's interesting that a lot of people who follow me like my content, and then you look at how some people talk about me and they take things and just want to run with it. I think you need to understand that can be done with anybody. You have to judge people on what they say, not what you think about what they said. The facts that are out there. And if you guys are judging based on the facts that have been presented, okay. I feel she refused to take accountability for her actions. What action did she feel? And when she was called out, she sputtered. What did she not take? What did she not take accountability for? What action? Okay, Andrew Christie. What action did she not take accountability for? And this is not going to be me defending Brittany Renner. That's not the purpose of this. I'm not going to sit here and defend Brittany because I disagree with them on many things. But guys, the facts are the facts. She came off predatory. That's a value judgment. And you need to be careful with that, guys. Predatory is a value judgment. Do you not realize those same value judgments get made about men and we complain about them? When a woman says that he harassed me when he just complimented me. See, we can't have it both ways, gentlemen. If you want it one way, you're going to have it the other way. You can't call something something that it's not. It's just like when an older woman dates a younger man, it's called getting her groove back. But when an older man dates a younger woman, they want to call him a cradle robber. Hold on. Let me get these questions. Do you think her behavior is predatory? Nope. Absolutely not. Does the criteria remain the same for her as other women? Yes. Have you not been paying attention? The criteria for what? What do you want? The question is always to everybody, what do you want? What do you want? And what are you prepared to do to get it? That's the question. It's a question I ask everybody. What do you want? It always starts with why. What do you want? See, well, you guys are confusing the fact that, and we need to also have this conversation too, but I'm not going to do it right here. Are men the only ones that are allowed to improve and get better? Because it seems to me, and this is just a shot, that I've read a lot of comments from people who are saying, well, she has done, or women like her have done this. So it's like put a scarlet letter on your head forever. And if that's how you believe, that's belief. But I hope you're living your life according to that same code. Because it seems as though and the double standard, I've always said, I don't ask questions of women in my personal life that I don't want to. But I hear people on here talk about body counts. That's why I asked that question one other day. Some guy said 3 is too many and such and so forth. I hope you live that if you're going to be that serious. But I don't understand. Does the criteria remain the same? Yeah, what do you want? It's always the same. PJ ignored the red flags, did it himself. PJ's an adult. PJ's an adult. And Brittany's an adult. Appreciate it. See, would it be possible for you and Roller Tomasi to interview each other? I don't know. And see, the reason I wanted to do it this way, I like her, the fact that and see, I think you guys also need to understand something, that there are plenty of people who can watch content, and how about this, guys? We don't make peace with friends. We make peace with our enemies. There have been plenty of people who have been sent to me or come to my channel who they thought I was going to attack, and I ended up talking to. I talk to people. I talk to people online. I talk to people in the real world. I do this for real. And most of the times I can find common ground, even if we agree to disagree, but it has to remain respectful. I don't do that. Do I even beef myself? If I'm not going to beef, if I don't respond to people who things they say about me, why am I going to jump on somebody else? I think some of you guys need to think about what it is you're saying. And like I said, there's some things I just can't say, I can't talk about. Much respect to you, do you think her responses were kind of all over the place, scattered and contradictory? Yes. Yeah. And I'll tell you why. One, because like women, they run their logic through their emotions. That's not uncommon. She's a woman. Number one. Number two, there was a bit of, because she also was likely a bit nervous. I know she was nervous and apprehensive to sit down with me. And then three, you're talking to a person, whether you believe it or whether you like the story or not, She's just had a kid, break out of a relationship. And because I don't expect you guys to understand what it's like to be over here, no sympathy, but when your life is that much under a microscope and people take bits and pieces of things, it's a lot. So when I listened to somebody who was in the process of now a new mother and now starting to think about what's life going to be, then a new mother or a 29-year-old woman with the wall right there or whatever. All those things. But it's like, okay, now what's the next 30 years going to be? It happens on this show. It happens on this show. So, and we are allowed to be, and some people close their mouths. Some people talk through their thoughts. You're allowed to be scattered and contradictory when you just, but if you notice, most of the time she was saying it's, I feel, I feel, I feel. Feelings are often scattered and contradictory. See, one of the things I think you guys need to understand is sitting here, I've had a lot of practice in, a lot of training. You have to let some of these things to go to kind of stay on course. And there's a limited time frame too, so. Much respect. I'm 39. It's much easier for me to manipulate a 24-year-old girlfriend to shift than a 39-year-old girlfriend. I guess I understand the overall point, but I'd be careful with the word manipulate. That's a presumption. See, one thing that I recognize is a lot of, and I guess this is what people do, and just be careful with that word. Here we go. Most ignore the fact that the NBA has safety for athletes range from condoms, giving rights. Thank you. Gentlemen, the NBA, NFL, Major League, they have all kinds of stopgaps and things like that, okay? I think that many people wanted to, I think who did I hear say it? That we've seen stories like this before, stories that kind of like this before, but yet there was never a person who was as visible as Brittany Renner, to where she's catching heat from a lot of things. I've said that you need to, well, I'm not going to say that, but I'm curious as to what you guys thought about the interview itself. Did you find out anything new? Because guys, understand something. Even if it's on this male side, the purpose of me even talking to women is because my male viewers, my male clients, I've said this before, 80+% of the men want relationships and they're dealing with women, and there is a disconnect across the board. I'm black. We start where we're most comfortable with, but it's a Western thing. And how do you get an improvement for men by only talking in an echo chamber? Now, understand something. Do you guys not understand that she said that she follows my content, and there are a lot of people who follow my content who are much larger, who have bigger names and things like that. We're making progress, guys. But part of the progress is you're going to have to sit down with people outside of your side. I think you guys are going to have to just get okay with that. And see, one of the biggest issues, I think a lot of guys, and I may be wrong, but just like mommy issues, maybe daddy issues, do you trust? It's like, he sold us out and this and that. It's like, sold you out. First of all, that's laughable. Number one. Number two, based on what? You had a civil conversation with somebody? Do you not understand that point, counterpoint, Marley Matlin, James, what's her name? Marley Matlin, James Carville? You must end up talking to somebody eventually. She is public with who she is and personality. PJ in the situation. Can you say? If PJ mad at the situation or his advisor, well, there you go. And I think that's a good question. That's kind of like the whole gold digger thing. Well, I'm going to tell you guys something just personally. I know gold diggers. I know sugar babies. I know finesses. That's one of the funniest charges to me because I'm like, nah. I mean, and I'm like, that's why who's gold digger did, because usually gold diggers, you hear people talking about them. But anywho, so a 29-year-old hit the wall, therefore bust down, gets an interview. Cloud was weird to hear you say spit red pill talking, but what's that? You just made a comment. So a 29-year-old hit the wall, 304 baby mama bust down, gets an interview. Clout. What the fuck is wrong with you people? Seriously, man. Clout. She has 5 million. What are y'all talking? See, some of these words don't make any pragmatic, logical business sense. Clout. Was it clout when I sat down with no jumper? Joe Budden? Vlad? See, I think some of you guys just want to have your own little treehouse and feel like if you're not over here doing what we do, and that's why I'm here and you're over there, because maybe if you had an opportunity, you don't see the moves, you don't understand it, and that's fine. But for you to sit back and think you know what's going on based upon your limited perspective, my friend, that says more of an issue about you than me. To hear you spit red pill talking points to someone who hit an 18-year jackpot plus her bag. Due respect, that's your comment says more about you. You don't know what you're talking about. Spit red pill talking points. She follows me, dude. See, and that's what I think is interesting. Who do you spit red pill talking points to? Red pill people? Who are you supposed to spit them to? I got news for you guys who think this linear. Your red pill clubhouse is not yours. This is a public platform. These are public airwaves. You don't own this stuff. And I said this to the larger men's side of YouTube, you guys are going to have to get comfortable with the fact that this stuff is going to go mainstream, and people who you don't think should be talking about it are going to take it and run with it, and ain't shit you can do about it. What's more important, getting the truth out there, or you having the truth your way with the people that you think should be saying it, how you think it should be said, the way you think it should be said? Maybe you need to check your point of view and your ego, because what's more important? I think it's more important that more people start hearing men's side from somebody who has enough patience and has a proven track record of being able to communicate, and to get people to start thinking to where even she said, you may be thinking this way and that way and this way and that way. Because like it or not, 5 million people follow me. They're not women, they're men. Do you know how many men are going to hear about this content? This isn't going to be just your little treehouse, guys. It's not going to be that way. So make no mistake. As a man, you must decide simply what you want to get out of this world. If Brittany Renner represents the kind of woman you wouldn't deal with, then you know that. That has nothing to do with an interview. And I really hope some of you guys, and I'm trying to say this in a non-condescending, insulting way, I hope some of you guys start to read more and study more. Study Frost Nixon interviews. Do you not realize that in order to move the ball forward, oftentimes people have to sit down with people who are notoriously difficult to pin down. In my interview, if nothing else, I think a lot was able to be gleaned because it wasn't a bunch of back and forth and you a bitch and you a hoe and you a side chick and this and that. And I'll be damned if I go somewhere and they talk to me that way. You think I will go to some place and sit down with a contentious interview with somebody who I knew had a different point of view, and you think I'd let them talk to me that way? You know damn well I wouldn't. Hold on, I want to say that. What is more important to Black lives? Yeah. I think one of the major conflicts is guys are like, why would you interview her? And I think you guys need to understand something. Just like there is a work you and there's a real you, content creators have an online persona and there's a person. Just like your favorite actor, athlete, musician, when you talk to somebody, professionals try to talk to the person, not the persona. I know we don't see, and I think one of the issues, and I'm kind of hearing this, is we don't see. I grew up watching Larry King, Ted Koppel, Bill Maher, Barbara Walters, like it or not, Oprah Winfrey. 60 Minutes. What was the guy's name who Meet the Press? He died. Tim Russert. I grew up watching political interviews to where you sat down and saw people who had these titles, but they actually talked to the person. And so I also make allowance for the fact that we don't see enough of that today. Today, what we see is a lot of clips and a lot of screaming and yelling by people who have platforms, but their points of view are different. They're coming from, I'll just say, not a corporate professional point of view. No shade against that, but they're just coming from a different point of view. So it's a little bit different vibe. It's maybe a little bit more barbershop, a little bit more corner, a little bit more, locker room. That's never been me, guys. Here's the thing. I think the people who've been around for a long period of time, I'm going to ask you guys, thank you for your support. And to the new followers, the new guys and women, you're going to have to give me some rope here, okay? So that's why I did this. I don't get upset when I hear a lot of these things because I've been through so much in this last year, and I'm still standing with the men. Do you guys not realize how much more beneficial it would be just to sell out? That's why I'm like, if y'all really understood, selling out would be so much easier. But I believe what I believe. But you're going to have to give me rope. You're going to have to give me leeway. I said I am. When have you ever seen me allow somebody to take a crap on the average man? And I heard it. When have you ever seen me allow something that's openly contradictory and I heard it and I didn't address it? It's because that's who I am. This is what I believe. But you're going to have to give the people who represent your points of view, you're going to have to give them latitude and leeway to do what they need to do. And you may not agree with it, but just understand you may not know what's going on behind the scenes. Just like my monologue. Let me say this. How many times have you guys watched a monologue of mine? And it seems like I'm just all over the place. And then all of a sudden, 23 minutes into it, I start tying everything together. But if you came in at minute 8 and left and came back at minute 12 and left and came back at minute 18, it may be like, what is this? Pizza with mayonnaise and peanut butter and pineapple? That's what it might look like. You're like, what is this? You don't understand what I'm putting together. You need to just ask yourself a question. Why am I doing what I'm doing? And is the outcome better for men? That's it. Why is he doing what he's doing? And if you don't understand that, is the outcome going to be better for men? That's fair. Thank you, my friend. We're interested to know why PJ chose. I'm more interested. I'm more interested in knowing why PJ chose to deal with her knowing and get his reason for it. Do you plan on interviewing him? I don't plan on interviewing him. I don't think he's taking any interviews. And the reason I'm not going to do that, one, it's different dealing with an NBA player. They're just different things set up. Two, how do I want to answer this? I'd sit down. I'd talk to him. If he decided to get out and start talking, I'd talk. But I also don't want to go down certain paths with this content because there are other people who do stuff that are much better suited for it. We're doing something different. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to try to, let's see. April, I didn't attack. No, I don't attack people. I don't attack people. Look, I get attacked all the time. Fairly, unfairly, but you got to kind of take that when you choose to turn the camera on and point it at yourself so you can't complain about it. But I would say this behind the scenes, to hear the amount of people who really watch this stuff, and these people aren't just casual watchers, and they can tell you this episode and that episode, progress is being made to a certain extent. Let me do this also. Too many checker. Yeah, I get it, CJ. And and here's the thing. I try not to be too hard with people because I don't know where they're coming from. They may be casual watchers, casual observers, just new, and they may be like, "Oh, wait a minute. I thought you were this way, and now all of a sudden you're way over here talking to this stuff." Look here, man. Personally, I've said how many times I've said it. My personal life, y'all are never going to see it on camera. So when people are talking about Kevin Samuels did this or Brittany Renner, such and so forth, she's beautiful, she's kind of my type too. Little waist, that little, yeah. But come on, man. You think I'm going? I don't move recklessly. And I don't do anything without thinking about it. I think long term. And I will tell you, sitting over here, if attractive women are your kryptonite, if you just can't really, don't become a public personality. Because things become available to you. But I'm the same guy. I go, people in Atlanta will tell you, they see me at Chick-fil-A, they see me at Jersey Mike's, Panera Bread, they see me out there. I stop, take pictures, shake hands. I'm a regular person who became this, but I'm still the guy from Oklahoma. I truly want to see better outcomes. I want to see better outcomes for men and by extension women. So let me do this real quick. Let me go ahead and open the Zoom call real quick. Okay, here's this dude. A woman like Brittany would have a 17-year-old boy's nose wide open. You claim to be an advocate for men, but you're an advocate for PJ. I believe, first of all, you don't know what you're talking about. He's not 17, he's 23, and she's 29. I don't claim to be a damn thing. I have thousands of hours worth of work. So if you think that can be undone in an interview, then don't be here. See, that's the problem I have with people like you. Think that somebody, deal with your goddamn daddy issues. I don't have to claim shit. I've done the work. I have the scars, mother sucker. I labored in the trenches for years in anonymity. And one interview, and I get to be questioned by you. If that's how you feel, then leave. Because ain't nobody going to be good enough except you. Deal with your own trust issues or your own lack of being or insecurity. But don't put that shit on me. I claim to be an advocate. Motherfucker. I mean, this is, and that's why I did this. Because I knew I was going to have one person to come out here with this mealy mouth bullshit ass feminine shit. You claim to be an advocate. And I didn't advocate for PJ. Why do I need to advocate for a 23-year-old man who made his choices? He chose. He chose. Do you realize this child is named PJ Washington III? Did you watch the academics interview where she said if he had asked her, she would have gladly? And there are things that I know that I'm not at liberty to say. So the nerve of you to think that, see, that's the problem. Let's get right down to it. See, that's the problem, gentlemen, that so many guys like that are so damn upset or distrustful. They think that one cute girl can come by and wave her ass in front of you, and then all of a sudden you just gonna sell every man out. That's the problem. That you think, for whatever reason, that a man can be doing this for as long, and then one woman can come by and flash some leg, flash some butt, and offer him some vagina. Okay. Man, you out of your fucking mind. That's why I did this show, because I knew eventually I would get to that. And that is the sentiment for a lot of these. No, he ain't really doing that. He just saying that. He just said that. So let me go ahead. So, man, I'll tell you what, man, I don't think this channel is for you. I mean, and that's cool. It's not for you. Because if you think that linearly, or you have that little trust, anything, I mean, Monday through Friday for almost 2 years. And before that, 3 years and one interview. Man, this is why I recommend therapy on the men's side and on the women's side, because there is no rational reason that you can even make a statement like that when the scale is this heavy with evidence and proof on this side, and you put a fucking feather over here. A feather built on an opinion. I didn't advocate for PJ. What was I supposed to do? But you know what? Let's open that. You know what? For everybody who thinks like that, y'all call in. I want the guys who think that I advocate for PJ. Y'all call in. Let's get it. I got about 30 minutes.
Recording in progress.
Only the men who didn't think I didn't advocate for PJ. I don't know. I guess I come from a world where, anywho, let's hold that. Okay, here we go. For the guys who think I didn't advocate for PJ, y'all hit that link. You must be on camera too. One at a time. You got to get on camera. No, don't bring that in. Yeah. It's like, and if you're around Atlanta and you see me talk to people, I get into it in the mall, in a restaurant, at a coffee house. Your audio's not connected, so I don't know what you're doing over there. All right, your audio's not connected, so we're going to go ahead and remove you, bring somebody else in. Guys, I'm going to tell you right now, when you join in on a Zoom call, I'm bringing you in one at a time. If your audio's not connected or you're not ready to go, I'm going to just move to the next person. You need to get on camera, please. You just clicked yourself off, so. We're on over to the Zoom call, so I'm focusing over here. At 23 years old, I think you would have to be 18 to join the military, 21 to drink. I don't know what you guys are talking about. A man that can be easily bought believes all men can be. Let me say something, Joseph Tucker. Have I sold a T-shirt? No shade to anybody that does any of these things. How have I sold a book, a T-shirt, a course, anything? I will. Trust me, it's coming. It's in the pipeline. But what I think, and I have no data to back this up on, my spidey sense just tells me that, some guys have a problem trusting other men. And I don't know if it's kind of what you said, a man who can be bought easily, thinks other men can be. Maybe that's it. Maybe it's issues. I don't know. But I'm like, what the issue is with some guys. But When you start saying crazy stuff, yeah, like I said, attractive women aren't new to me. So let's do this. You're not on camera. Put you in the waiting room. So unmute yourself. Hello?
Hello.
Hello?
You hear me?
How old are you?
27.
Say again?
27.
All right. So what's the issue?
I think that myself and others like me joined because of all the clips of you pushing home the point of view that's been prevalent all along YouTube, where
I need you to be specific.
yeah, she
No.
had,
I need you to, okay, say, I asked the guys that called in and said they didn't think I advocated for PJ. That's what I'm initially asking. So is that what you're saying, or are you saying something else?
it's along the same lines, but not exactly.
Okay, then I need you to get to the point, because the clips and everything else, I'm responsible for my show.
All right.
Do you watch my show?
Quite frequently.
Okay, go ahead.
PJ,
Well,
PJ.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
In the academics interview, she stated that PJ pretty much brought this on himself. Again, he hasn't had the time to come out and speak his point of view. You can't just trust her, because there's
Whoa,
always
whoa,
two
whoa, 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 whoa,
sides.
whoa. Hold on, stop right there. Stop right there. Validate that. He hasn't had the time to do what?
To come out and state his point. State
Why?
his side
What
of the
stopped him?
story.
What stopped him?
Who knows?
Hmm?
Who knows?
No, you said he hasn't. I want to know what stopped him.
Has anyone offered him the opportunity?
Hold on, no, sir. Okay, sir, we're gonna have the conversation. You said he hasn't had. I need you to validate that.
I don't have the ability to validate it. It's just,
So then why say that?
I suppose it's not correct.
But he does tweet. He does post. He posts pictures of his son. He has access to social media just like she does. See, I'm wondering why you would say put him in the unaccountable phase, like he hasn't had the opportunity. He is a multi-million-dollar basketball player. He doesn't have a microphone?
I would say that because his platform, although he does have one, he can't just go into the NBA's platform and speak about this.
He doesn't need the NBA's platform. He has his own.
Yeah, and again, it doesn't mean it necessarily is going to come through. Are people even paying attention?
See, guys, see, this is what I mean. Why are you painting him in such a weak position? Why are you making her so strong and him so weak?
Her platform is clearly outside his.
Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. No, sir. No, sir. Why are you making her so strong and him so weak? You said he hasn't had the opportunity. That's not accurate. Her platform is bigger. So what? Why are you painting this multi-million-dollar basketball player who can tweet and get headlines just like her in such a weak position?
All right. Can we liken this to the Kwame Brown situation?
No, we can liken this to this situation.
I give you the point of saying that he has his own platform and can come out and say what
he does have a platform.
Yes, he has it and can come out. Again, it's just that other people on this side of YouTube are wondering when, like, someone on this side has to reach out to him.
No,
Speak
we
with her.
don't. Why? See, I'm trying to understand as a man. This sounds so weak to me. Everything you said, no disrespect intended, is pussy. He hasn't had the opportunity. This is a 6'8", 23-year-old multimillionaire who plays professional basketball, who can tweet and get dramas. He can get stuff started. Well, then who's going to go to him? Why do I need to go to a multimillionaire who can talk about what? Did you not see the pictures of his girlfriend and everything else?
I saw it.
So maybe, just maybe, you think we should go do what? Or maybe you're just wrong.
It's if you have the opportunity to reach out to her.
No, I don't play hypotheticals. Sir, I deal with what you said. He hasn't had the opportunity. That's not right. He has the opportunity every day. Are we saying that this man is that? Honestly, do you think this man is weak?
I mean, you see the woman he chose.
That's not what I asked.
I mean, he has to be if this is the woman he chose to be with.
Okay, then if he's weak, then what am I supposed to do? He has freedom of choice, doesn't he? Fools can make choices, can't they?
For sure.
Then I don't understand the point.
Just because he hasn't, I mean, clearly he's proven not to be the smartest guy. But just because he isn't, that doesn't mean he doesn't deserve to be advocated for and defended.
He could advocate for whom?
Others like him.
Excuse me, other multi-million-dollar dude. How do you advocate for somebody who? How do you propose to do that then?
The average man is.
No, sir. I don't care. No, you can't. You can't conflate. We're men. Let's not do that. This man is a multi-millionaire with the NBA apparatus behind him. How do you propose that people on the internet advocate for him?
It's kind of important because.
No. How do you propose we do that? How do you propose we do that? If he doesn't advocate for himself, speak up for himself, use his own platform, maybe, just maybe he doesn't have anything to say. Maybe you guys are just wrong and don't know what you're talking about. But you're trying to make it seem as though this guy is this poor, helpless little baby and needs people to come. This sounds crazy to me. How about you just admit this sounds ridiculous?
I wouldn't say that.
Okay, he's a multimillionaire. Are you?
No, sir.
Thank you. He's 23 and plays for in the highest level of basketball. He has a team. He has a manager. He has marketing. He has an agent. If he wanted to get anything out to the public, can he do it?
Probably.
Probably? Are you kidding me? I mean, if we're going to say probably, we can end this right here, man. If we're going to do this, I can move the fuck on. Can he, if he wants to get something out to the public, can he do it?
Yes, he could.
And if he hasn't or hasn't chosen to, what does that tell you?
Not everyone has the ability to.
Bullshit. I mean, no offense, man. You sound just like these women who have to be right. You're just wrong, man. And I'm not going to treat a grown damn man like a child. And if that's what y'all need me to do, y'all are on the wrong platform. I'm sorry. I'm not sitting here advocating for Brittany Renner, but I will not sit back and treat this grown damn man like he's a little doe-eyed lamb. If I'm not mistaken, because I didn't follow this completely, but didn't it start out with tweets and messages anyway? Isn't that how that started out? Let me go ahead and look up something real quick because I don't follow folks like this. That's what I'm saying. Y'all got like some of y'all seem like y'all got vested interest in. If I'm looking at this, he has 310,000 followers on Instagram, sir. That's plenty enough platform to say anything you want to. Come on, man. We got to do better than this. I'm starting from the top. Whoever gets in here first unmutes themselves. I mean, I'm serious. I'm really trying to understand. Did I miss something? He hasn't had the opportunity. Who stopped him? All right, let's do this. Let's do this. You're the first one in the corner. Unmute yourself. Lazarus. How old are you?
29.
Okay, you have to turn off YouTube in the background.
Okay, I did.
All right. So, do you think that I did not advocate for PJ?
No, I think you do, sir. I think you advocate all the time. I've been watching you for almost a year now.
So, do you have a disagreement in how the situation was handled?
I didn't watch the Brittany Renner video all the way.
Well, I got to get to the people who have done, this is specifically for that. So I got to get on through. Andrew, go ahead. Hello.
Can you hear me?
Yeah. How old are you?
I'm 25, sir.
20 what?
25. Can you hear me?
25. I can. So do you feel like I did not advocate for PJ?
Oh, absolutely. I feel like you advocated for him 110%.
Okay.
I don't disagree with you on.
Okay. So this is only for the disagreements. This is only for people who think I should have advocated for PJ or they've had something that I didn't do correctly. I mean, I appreciate everybody who's chiming in who think I did it good. We'll come back to that later, but I want to get to these folks. Go ahead and unmute yourself. Hello.
Good night,
Hello.
Mr. Samuels.
How old are you?
I'm here.
How old are you?
I'm 22 years old. 22.
So do you feel like I did not advocate for PJ?
Well, I think you should have given him the benefit of the doubt. I think, in my opinion, PJ is a good person, but I think he was indoctrinated to think that being with a girl like Brittany Renner, I think, like, for example, just like...
Okay, sir, do you have an issue with how I handled the interview?
Well, yes, I think you should have mentioned, like, I think you didn't question about why Brittany did what she did or something like that. I don't remember.
It's already been addressed. It was addressed in the DJ Academics interview.
Oh, that's all right.
And you're going to say something about PJ was indoctrinated. I'm sorry. He's an adult.
Yes, true. But sometimes
there's no but. There is no but there.
Oh.
This woman,
Well,
okay. Do you believe that we are responsible for the choices we make?
Yes, of course, sir.
Okay, then he went into a choice with a woman who wrote a book that says, judge this cover. I even know who Brittany Renner was. The NBA has all kinds of things to let guys know about all kinds of women. You do know that, right?
Well, yes, sir.
So why are we making this man? I mean, I don't understand. Go ahead. I'm not understanding why we're making these men so weak.
Well, I think that's a problem because I think it's a way. I think it is his upbringing.
No, this is not about upbringing. I'm talking about what you're saying. What you're saying makes him weak.
Well, I think,
What you're
well, in
saying
my
makes him
opinion,
weak.
well, no, well, in my opinion, I think, well, PJ was thinking that his love for Brittany was good
Okay.
enough for
All
change.
right. All right. All right. All right. All right. Okay. No, you don't have an issue with what I said, and I think you're going
I'm
down
just
the
stating my
path.
opinion.
Okay. If you don't have an issue with how I handled the interview, if you want to make a greater point about the culture and who she is and all this other stuff, due respect, sir, unless you know these people, you can't make that comment. You can have an opinion, but it's like an asshole. Everybody's got one. It does not root in anything. I'm not going to try to change it, but it does not why I'm here. I mean,
I understand.
that's not what this is for. See, and that's another thing. It seems to me like what I'm hearing is that Brittany Renner and PJ seem to be avatars to where people are projecting things onto them. And in that case, I've been an avatar that people project things onto me. But as a black man, you're an avatar for people to project shit onto you as well. All right. You gotta go because your camera's not connected. Okay, Brandon, unmute yourself.
Hello.
Yeah, how old are you?
I'm 32.
32. Do you believe that I did not advocate for PJ or something along those lines?
I do in a sense. I think you spent a little bit too much time giving her publicity for bad actions,
Hold on,
and I
hold on, hold
think
on, hold on, hold
that
on,
was a
hold on.
great
Stop, stop,
opportunity.
stop, 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 stop. Stop right there. Sir, due respect, Brittany Renner has almost 5 million followers. I don't need to give her a damn bit of publicity. She has plenty. She's been in this business 10 years. I mean, not to be funny, man, but what are y'all smoking?
Fair enough. Fair enough. That's your opinion. I
Not my
think there
opinion.
was a
That's
great.
observable, sir. That's observable fact. She's been in this for 10 years. She has 4.6 million followers on Instagram, 500,000 on Facebook. She's written a book. She's everywhere. So I don't need to give a woman with a larger platform publicity.
Yeah, but there's Brittany Renners out there that aren't her, that aren't necessarily prancing around on social media, that
So
don't
what?
have the same sort of
So
pull. And I
what?
think there was a
So
lesson out there
what?
for the guys that
Okay.
have something to
So
lose.
what? No, you can't overtalk me. That's one thing you can't do. That's not cool.
I'm not looking to
So
do that.
so what, man? Look, like it or not, do you watch World Star Hip Hop?
Yes.
Then how do you watch World Star Hip Hop and then have a criticism of Brittany Renner?
It's more so a criticism of some of the dating culture out there,
But
and
how
how
do you
menacing
watch? No, please
some
square
of the
the
women can
circle.
be,
How do
when
you
they're
square?
when they're
No, how do
approaching
you?
men with
No, you
something to
can't
lose.
overtalk me. How do you watch World Star Hip Hop and have a criticism of Brittany Renner? You watch the content. You watch the platform. What does World Star Hip Hop do for the culture? What does it do for the betterment of black relationships? What does it do for the betterment of the black community?
I would ask what does NBC or MSN do for our community, and many of us
You
watch
don't
that as
answer a
well.
question with, okay, sir. One thing we don't do as men, we don't answer questions with questions. We leave that to the other folk. See,
Fair.
what you're just showing is you have a hypocrisy, a paradoxical position. If you want to make a judgment of who Brittany Renner is, then don't watch her content. I sat down and did an interview. You don't need to give somebody who has a platform larger than you publicity. I think that's fair.
I agree. And to
Okay,
answer your
so
question about World Star Hip Hop, among the BS that's on there, there's also a lot of great information, news that hasn't kind of hit the mainstream, and it's
come on,
definitely a
man.
platform
Come
where a
on,
number of
man.
folks are
It's
getting their
not
news.
it's
So it's
not the
worth
Wall
something.
Street, it's not the Wall Street Journal, it's not the Washington Post. It's World Star Hip Hop. Let's not do that.
It connects.
It's not okay.
It connects with
All right.
a
And if that's what,
population of people.
and if that connects, that is a sad testament to where we need to get to. Because what does it need to connect? World Star Hip Hop became World Star Hip Hop on what? Astute journalism? High ethical standards? No, how did it become World Star Hip Hop? Candy models, knockouts, and that's the effing point. So to say that it connects, brother, you can't. It's like the old school comedian Richard Pryor. One of his best bits was he had one called The Junkie and the Wino. And the funniest thing about that bit is the wino used to talk to the junkie like the junkie wasn't shit. And they both was homeless living in the gutter.
Richard Pryor was both of those.
I think you missed the point. If you World Star Hip Hop, if you consume the content, that's where you go because something connects. There are plenty of other places that connect that don't do what that does. So I think the issue a lot. Okay, let's get to the other issue. Get to the what is the other? What is the ultimate issue? You can. What's the ultimate issue you have with the Brittany Renner thing? Because let's get down that path.
The ultimate issue is that I thought it was a great moment to highlight some of the menacing nature of women out there when they're finding these men in
menacing nature. Define what you mean.
Women who aren't necessarily intentionally looking for a relationship, but intentionally looking for someone to save them financially.
How do you prove that by what she said?
I'm not able to do that with
so basically, okay. So due respect, sir. You just put that on that woman. You called her a menacing nature. And trying to get a man to save her, you're gonna have to justify that.
Well, I think to be well into your 20s at a Kentucky game, flirting with guys fresh out of high school, I think that is a bit menacing, especially when these are guys who were looked at as top picks coming out of high school. I think there was an opportunity. For him to maybe get his life started before getting a family.
He's 23 years old and a multimillionaire. Dude. No, you can't overtalk me. You can't overtalk me. That's not gonna work, dude. I'll let you. First off, you guys act like this woman just is a predator and this dude was a fallen doe. I don't think men are this weak. I don't understand why y'all keep making this dude this weak. You can't overtalk me. That can't work. So menacing. Do you know where she menaced? Menace means something. So you're going to have to validate. So you said a menacing nature. Then you go all the way back to what you think she did at Kentucky. Do you realize that woman and that man were in a 3-year relationship and she moved across the country and was living with her child's father, her baby daddy. And she, according to her, she thought that was her person. Where's that menacing? Where's that predating?
Now I
just want to be clear. Is that menacing or predating?
I think it was a predatory.
No. I want to ask about what I just said. What I just said. A woman who has had a long career doing what she did moved from California to Charlotte to live with her boyfriend. And if you listen to the story the way it was told, she was asked to stop birth control. If you listen to that story, I'm not going to go too deep into it because I'm not going to say it was up on our platform, but it wasn't accidental. And the child is named PJ Washington III. So do y'all not make room for the possibility that this man got exactly what he asked for and wanted? He wanted what he got. He planned for it. He asked for it. Do y'all not make room for that possibility? Because that seems to be what happened. I know what happened, but even if you can read through what I'm saying, if you can see what's just out there, how is that menacing?
When you put it in those terms, it's tough to disagree.
It's not.
But I
I
still
didn't,
think
sir.
there's a
But I
greater
didn't, sir,
lesson to
sir,
be learned
sir,
from this.
sir. I didn't put it in those terms. That's what's out there. But you said you still think Brittany Renner is what?
I still think there's a greater lesson to be learned from this for the young guys out there.
What's that?
To be careful, who you date and who you looking to start families with, because their intentions sometimes, is certainly
Do you know
not
why
what you
they?
might think
Okay,
it is.
okay. So, and why should? Okay, but all right. I'm going to ask you this serious question. Why are they not together?
I don't know. But what I
Oh,
can say
okay.
is
So let's back up. So there's a greater lesson to be careful who you date. Okay, cool. Yes, you should always be careful who you date. We can agree on that. Does
yeah.
it seem like a man? Does it seem like a man who moved a woman from across the country to live with him and named the child the third?
If you want my honest opinion, it seems like a young kid who was thrust
No. That's a
into
man.
a
That's
lot
not
of
a young bull. No,
responsibility.
fuck that. Fuck that. Fuck that. That's a man. That's a man.
I
You
think
keep calling him a kid. I'm not going to
I
do.
don't have a
No, sir. I
child,
am not
but
going
when
to
I
do
do,
that.
when they're
I am
23,
not going to allow you to call a grown man. I'm not going to allow you to call a man a kid. Nope. Not going to do that. It's a grown man. That's a man. That man signs contracts. He signs checks. He has mortgages. He has shit in his name. Dude, you talking to you? No. See, I guess maybe I have a higher standard for men. I don't think men who make decisions and get what they ask for are victims. I just don't. I get it that some of you guys may. I don't get it. Here's the thing. Somebody said, let me read this. Let me read this because I want to read this. Oh, I got to read this. Hold on. I know. What is this BS? She was in a 3J. I mean, come on, guys. Y'all can't make. I feel she had no real intention of staying with him long term because of the videos she made in her past. Are you serious? Hold on. Sean, are you serious? Sean writes, I feel like she had no real intention staying with him long term because of the videos she made in her past. Are you serious? So in other words, people can go into your past and say what you plan on doing today. Y'all, I don't know if y'all are, whoa. Well, you're entitled to feel how you want, but feelings are wrong. I mean, feelings are feelings. You're entitled to feel how you want, but feelings are feelings. But I feel like she had no intention. I think I got to reread that. Yeah, let's go ahead and help you. You don't know who's a friend or not, so I'll let you make your comment, but you don't get to say shit like that. She had no real intention to stay with him long term because of the video she made in the past. I guess y'all can see that. I don't know where you get that from, but that's cool. I'm not gonna argue it either. You can feel how you feel. But the question is advocating for PJ. That was what I opened the Zoom call for. And I'll say it again. I advocate for men to be able to make their choices. I see two people who decided to try to be together. They broke up. And from what I understand, none of you guys seem to understand why they broke up. Is it public knowledge or is the story out there? But why are we making somebody a predator? I don't get it, but I'll go with it. Go ahead. Unmute yourself. few more minutes.
Yes. Is this me, Richard?
Hold on. How old are you?
I'm 26.
All right.
Just turned 26 today, actually.
Okay. Congratulations. Happy birthday. Can you
Thank
stand
you.
still? You're moving all over the place.
Yeah, give me a second. I'm trying to plug up so the lighting is right. And I hate when other callers do it. So here I am. Give me a second. Do you mind if I remain off camera?
Go ahead. What do you feel like I did not advocate for PJ or something?
No, I think you let Brittany off a little bit easy, and I get it in the context of the conversation you were having. She's been through interviews prior to you.
What did I let her off
Academics.
on? What did I let her off on?
I think that there were times when she would overtalk you that you didn't stop her, and I've seen you cut multiple people off, even in this conversation, when they overtalk you. And I think it just
hold on, sir. I don't recall her over talking me. I do. I mean, what part of the interview are you referring to? You muted yourself. Stop.
Okay.
What part of the interview are you referring to?
To be honest with you, I can't point into. I saw the interview a couple of days ago when it happened.
Okay,
but
all
when
right,
I was
but
watching
okay,
it, I was saying,
in an interview, there's going to be when somebody is rambling on, there's going to be starts and stops. Over talking is what that last person did.
Right.
You're saying she did that?
Not to that extent, but
okay.
I have
There's no not to that extent, sir. There are no mute buttons in real life. But are you saying that I let her off because she overtalked? And I'm trying to understand where, because I know where we were, and that was a pretty calm exchange. There's only a couple of times where it even got to the point to where we were even playing a little volley. But
right, you're right. I saw that.
But that's not over talking.
And so let me retract that statement and preface it by saying I've seen a lot of her interviews with others, and I've seen a lot of your interviews with the callers who call in, or even when you're on a certain podcast, right? And my girlfriend has said this about you. You let pretty women.
Excuse me. I don't care what your girlfriend said. I'm talking about an in-person interview.
Right.
Talk about, do you understand there's a difference between an in-person interview with a person who, there's a difference between an in-person interview and there's a difference between a Zoom call.
Right.
But go ahead and say what your girlfriend was going to say, because I think I know what you're going to say. And this is more, go ahead. I'm not even going to say, go ahead.
Yeah, well, I disagree with her, but she says oftentimes that you let pretty women get away with things that you don't allow, quote unquote, non-pretty women to get away with.
Yeah, hold on. Ditch your girlfriend, number one, because either she's not watching enough or she's biased, because I call what I call. There have been women.
Well,
look, man, where did I let her go? Look, you've heard people say this stuff before, and I'm gonna tell you, a lot of confirmation bias goes on. Mm-hmm. It seems like to me, it seems like you guys expect me to treat everybody exactly the same, and you don't live your life that way.
No, and my girlfriend doesn't live her life that way.
I don't care. Let's get back to you and I. Let's get back to what you said.
Right.
I let her off. Where did I let her off at?
And again, I can't point to a sentence.
Well, then you can't say. Okay, then due respect, sir. Then you can't say it. That's no different than a woman saying you did something, and I come back and say, "Well, when?" Well, I really can't point it out. That's a baseless accusation. How am I supposed to defend that?
Yeah, because you have no other facts that I'm giving you to be able to lend to that.
You're telling me about a feeling. Some of you folks just need to admit that me sitting down with somebody who I disagree with threw y'all off. I don't get it, man. And it's like, who do you sit down and you supposed to talk to somebody in an echo chamber? Would it have been better if I sat down with somebody who? I mean, this is nuts. I mean, the woman was okay. You've seen her on other interviews, right?
Correct.
Was there the level of cursing and talking loud and sass and all that other stuff with my interview?
No.
Why do you think that is?
I think you're a very level-headed person. I think that you choose your words carefully. And I think overall you're a nice guy and you just reflect the energy that your interviewee gives to you. And I'm
sitting down there. She expected, you listen to her, she said she expected me to tear her apart. That's not what I do. I talk to people. And
you're like a counselor.
Well, it's not even that. It's the fact of the matter is there's a persona and then there's a person, especially with these influencers. You try to talk to a person, just like there's a work you and there's a home you. The real you is somewhere closer to home. But who sees that? The people who are at home.
Correct.
That's what you try to bring out because people see enough of their persona. I mean, did I have a sound machine? And I even made a comment that you guys didn't see it. I said, "What do you expect me to have? The sound machine?" And slaps. And he says, "I thought so." I'm like, "No, that's not what."
Well,
so anyway,
well, when I first saw you and Brittany Renner in Atlanta, I knew an interview was coming shortly thereafter. And then it happened, and I saw the environment that.
Well, I get it. I get. Hold on. Let me bring somebody else in. See this whole. Thank you.
All right.
This whole notion that you give pretty girls a pass. That's just okay. I don't even know what to say to something like that. You watch enough interviews. I've had women who are pretty who. It's one of my most viral moments. Has over 1 million views. So, Well, what I'm learning is, seems to me most people seem to have the opinion that one size fits all, and you handle everybody. Guilty before innocent. I don't know that woman. And if necessary, this whole thing about, let me just say something about this thing about the past. Guys, you can feel what you feel about all that, but I don't know if I want to say that because I don't want to seem like I'm advocating or defending her. But look at President Barack Obama, who says that he felt one way about an issue one time, and then he eventually evolved. As men, especially on the path to self-improvement, aren't you supposed to evolve, improve, update with new information? And then do you want people to judge you based upon? And see, they do that often with me. You said something back in 2017 when you was on a Google Hangout. And you can kiss my ass. I'm not going to try to. Yes, things change. People update, things change. All right. Let me do this real quick. Frank, unmute. Hello?
Hello.
How old are
Good
you?
evening, Mr. Samuels. I'm 26.
Okay. Do you have a disagreement on how I handled the interview?
I think you've handled the interview very well, actually, and mainly called in to show my appreciation for it.
Okay, appreciate it. I hope to see more. Hold on, guys. I appreciate it, but I got to get to the people who have the disagreements. I appreciate it, though, Frank. I do. Do you have a disagreement, Rogers? Because I only have a little bit of time. It's up to 2:00. Hello,
Mr. Sanders, I have no. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Let me get to the ladies because it's a little bit late on this side. Thank you, guys. I appreciate you showing your support. It does matter, guys. And here's the thing: I know 90+% of the men out there understood what was going on. Oops, darn it! I bounced the wrong person out. I know most of the guys understood what was going on, but I ain't never been afraid to talk to people who disagree with me. And you can disagree with me as long as we keep it on the balance of what I'm supposed to do. Ma'am, I didn't mean to bounce you out, the last lady. Never been afraid to do that. Name somebody else who's willing to sit down and do smoke shows consistently. We don't, and why is that? If I'm willing to sit down and talk to my critics and detractors on a consistent basis, why? Because we make peace with our enemies. We don't get anywhere. This dude laying down. Okay. We don't make peace with we make peace with our enemies. And honestly, it's not an enemy. And somebody said, "Oh, you caping for your friend?" I can, yeah. Why would I not? Shout out to O'Shea Duke Jackson. He's friends with Paris Milan, and they disagree vehemently. Why would I not be friendly with somebody who's friendly to me? I treat people how they treat me. I don't treat people how a video is. I don't understand that, and I don't think that's even human. But let's do this real quick. You text whatever this is. Hello.
Yeah. Hello.
How old are you?
I'm 36 years old. I'm living in Germany. I'm
All
actually
right.
from Nigeria. Yeah.
Okay. So do you have a disagreement on how the interview was handled?
Yeah, actually have a little bit disagreement because I thought that I understand she had 4 million followers, but the influence, like she's influencing the kids or the ladies, I think is very bad.
How did I handle the? Hold on. How did I handle the interview that you disagreed with?
I think. I mean, I actually liked the interview,
Okay.
but the influence she's putting out there wasn't hammered enough. That's what I'm saying.
What do you mean it wasn't hammered enough?
I think she's influencing a lot of girls, just like Cardi B's and so many people. Like I've been watching your show since a year right now.
Okay.
And
Hold on. That's not the purpose of the interview, to make a judgment upon. First of all, do you not realize there are people on her side that say they don't think I should be influencing who I influence?
What?
Do you not realize that there are people who are on her side, her fans, people who think like her, who say they don't think Kevin Samuels should be influencing minds of people?
Yeah, I do understand that.
Okay. Are they right?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. You don't think they're right, but they think they're right. Just like you think you're right. Just like you think you're right. That's why they follow her. Did you hear that she said, no, we're men. We are logical. We're not getting into feelings. That the people who follow her for their reasons. And you don't have to like it. It's not going to change it. Just like women who go to Amber Rose's slut walk and do all these other things. They're going to do what they do. Us waving our finger at them saying, you shouldn't do that without having a conversation. Why would I go? So are you telling me that you think I or somebody should have sat down there and interrogated her for what she chooses to do?
I think, in my opinion, I think the purpose of the interview, because I saw the first video you made about her, and I think the purpose of the interview is to, point out the stand of men. And I don't think that stand was done, in my opinion.
How was it not? How was it not? How many times? Did you watch my interview?
I
was it
watched
not?
the interview
How was it
twice.
not? How many times did I ask about what kind of man would you like to be? Do you understand?
Yeah, I saw that, and I thought she was kind of portraying a different image in your interview. She was more calm, and she was trying to sell something she's not. But her social
You don't
media.
know who. Okay, first off, let's be clear. You never met the woman, so saying something she's not, his opinion's fine. But you said that I didn't stand up for men.
I know you've been standing up for men. That's why I love your show. I watch your
You're
show.
going to
a
have
lot.
to explain how I didn't stand up for men in that interview. Please tell me what you're referring to, and don't give me a feeling. Tell me what I said.
No, it's not what you said. It's what you didn't say.
What didn't I say?
I believe like I can't go back to the interview exactly at the spot.
You guys cannot do this. You can't say that you should have did this and cannot tell me what you can't do that. You got to go on what I said or you said is what I didn't say. What didn't I say? You got to say something.
Her influence towards the ladies, a lot of ladies.
No, stop. Her influence on women and men has nothing to do with me standing up for men or not standing up for men in the way you say I did. You sound as confused as they're saying she is.
No, I'm not.
Okay, let's start again. Her influence is, look, dude, her influence is her influence. My influence is my influence. Stop. Those two things are different. You said that I didn't stand up for men or there are things I should have said. What should I have said?
I think you should have told her the impact of her social influence on women and how
I fucking did.
Okay.
Dude, it's in the interview. I said, do you, I was like, women, I said this, Brittany, you sit around and talk about these men and these men cheat, these men do that, except women like you date an incredibly small group of men. It's like a fraternity. But then when you ladies talk about men, you talk about men like it's a whole group of men. Women listen to you, follow you, and they think that they can do what you do, but they don't have the kind of money or the access that you do. Do you make any allowance for that? I asked that question. Do you know what she said? Does that sound kind of like what you're talking about?
Yeah, a little bit. But
okay. So I did ask that question. So you want to go ahead and retract what you just said?
Okay, I'm gonna retract it, but was it done really clear? Because anyway,
it was done as fucking clear as I just said it to you. Why do you think I can repeat it back? Are you serious? Why do you guys just not? Y'all sound like you're in your feelings, man. You sound like you're in your feelings, and you can't even tell me what I said, bro. Bro, you can't even tell me what I said. You just come in here talking about influence, and you said I should have did something. I repeated back an entire freaking segment of what I said.
Okay, probably I have to go watch it again, but
So here's my question to you.
Okay.
As a man, did you listen critically or did you listen in your feelings?
No, I do listen critically and logically.
Then how did you miss me standing up for men?
Mr. Kevin, I think I'm a huge fan. I'm not here to argue with you, but
I'm trying to understand. No, you said no. I didn't say argue, but you said her influence. Her influence was there whether I interviewed her or not. But who has influence?
I think she believes she got out very easy. I think she.
Who cares? You don't know that. You guys keep making these fucking value judgments that you don't know. You don't know her. You don't know. Wow. What are you basing that on? No, what are you basing that in? I feel like she thinks she gets out kind of easy. What are you basing that in?
Because I mean, in my view, I think she felt like, I mean, like after the interview, she said, "Oh, I thought you're gonna tear me out." So
She thought I was
like,
going to ask her dress size. She was ready for a fight.
"Oh, okay."
I don't fight, but I got see, God, man, this okay. This is what I'm saying. There's no need. Getting out easy. I don't curse at people. I reflect energy. But I got every point out and I needed to get out. And if you really listen critically or clearly, you would have heard some of the stuff you're talking about. But I got a question. Who has influence? The person with 4.6 million followers or the person that she listens to?
I think the person with 4 point something million followers. But yeah.
Did you not hear how she said she listened to me during her pregnancy? She follows my content. I wasn't following her content. Did you hear how she repeated back when you were on DJ Academics this and this podcast and that podcast and this and that? See, you guys have a narrative. Excuse me?
She was really loud and cussing in DJ Academy's interview. In your interview, she was really calm. I thought
DJ Vlad. She was talking about me at DJ Vlad.
No.
That's what I meant. I said academics. I meant to say, but bottom line is, the woman follows my content. She's been following my content. She watches the content. She said countless times that you made me think about things that I normally hadn't thought of. I didn't understand. Now I'm having to, so let me ask you as an intelligent man, if you make somebody think about things they normally haven't thought of, do you think that possibly has an impact on how they go forward in life?
Sure.
Do you think that?
Sure.
Okay. See, I don't care. There are people who like certain teams. There are certain people who don't like other teams. Her influence is her influence. You're not going to get everybody to be on the same page. What can you agree on? Did we agree on anything?
I agreed.
No, did she and I agree on anything? Did Brittany and I agree on anything?
I think she's scared of you. I think
That's not the question. Did we agree on anything?
Yeah.
Okay.
You and her did agree on a lot of things. Actually, she was actually, in my view, from what I saw, I thought she was trying to avoid confrontation as much as possible. So she allowed you to speak. So I disagree with the other caller who said that she was over talking you. I don't think she was over talking you. She was kind of allowing you to talk, and you were kind of allowing her to talk. And whenever you interject,
isn't that what a freaking conversation is?
Yeah. I said I love the interview, but I think she was she knew that her.
No, you don't know that. See, that's what I want to get down to. You guys like yourself, you project, you can't know what you're talking about. You're just making a bunch of assumptions. I think that she did this. I think that she did that. You don't know that woman. You don't know that woman from a can of paint. All you know is her online persona.
Yeah.
So stop it. Just stop it. We should just stop this. This sounds crazy. You're saying one thing that leads to another, that leads to another. In physics, it's called a derived equation. Man, this sounds crazy to me. And we're supposed to be men. Well, I think she's intimidated by you. I think this and that. Well, maybe she would just have a respectful conversation. Maybe she can sit down. Maybe if you treat somebody with respect, they give it back to you. Versus if you go cuss them out and call them a side chick, a hole in the thought, and bitch, they cuss back at you. How about that? Isn't that how you respond? Do you when somebody treats you with courtesy and respect, do you normally respond to them with vulgarities?
No way.
No, you talk to people like they're human beings. Do you talk to?
Sure,
how do you when you're in Germany, right?
Yeah.
When the World War II was over, didn't Germany have to make peace with France, England, even the Jews?
Yeah, they did.
You don't make peace with your friends.
Okay, can I ask a question?
Okay, I got to get on to somebody else too, but go ahead, because I'm not understanding what the issue is.
No, I'm like okay. The question that I want to ask is do you think that she agreed to the interview? Because I don't know how you set up the interview. I'm happy to see the interview, but however the interview was organized, do you think she agreed there to come to the, like I see Kevin Summers' platform as a men's platform, which you have said a couple of times.
I don't understand what you
there?
Make it simple.
Okay, do you think she came there to clean up her image or just to portray that she is something different from what she's portraying on the social media?
Why does that matter?
I think it matters because the kids that are following her.
No, it doesn't. See how you did that? You had this woman painted to be the villain. Dude, why do I do the interviews I do? Why does it matter? Why? I'm trying to understand. Why do you, somebody you don't know, you're trying to, okay, you can feel whatever you want to, but that's not how this world works. Hey, why is she taking an interview? Why are y'all doing this, doing that? I sat down and talked to somebody who's trending in social media, who follows me, and we had different points of view on things. Her reasons are her reasons. Why'd I do it? My reasons are my reasons. Why does that matter? This is far too, and this is one thing about us as Black people. We are far too involved in celebrity and all this other kind of stuff. It was an interview between two people who disagree on quite a bit, but they can find some common ground and have civility. And it seems like that there are people who just don't like that. Y'all would rather seem like y'all would. There's some people seem like y'all would just rather see me cuss her out and her act like a rabid dog. I don't get it, man. You can't. So in other words, man, how can I know why she did what she did? Who can know that?
I don't know. I thought like
who can know that? You don't know. See, you're assuming again. And we're not supposed. But you don't know. You're just making it up. You don't know.
No, from what she put up.
All right, man. Enough. All right, enough. Guys, why did she take the interview? Why did she do what she did? Ooh. All right, I'm going to take a couple more people. Her reasons for doing what she did are her reasons. And I got bad news for you guys. Name somebody who's a male-centric content creator who has more influence or a platform this size. I'm an anomaly. But women on Instagram with millions of followers, attractive women, fitness models, Instagram hotties, baddies, they are not. There are thousands of them. You guys better wake up and smell the coffee. This is a tiny, 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 tiny part of the internet. And the fact that women over there are listening is a good thing. But you think you're going to hurt, influence this, that, and when you're not, and if you're going to be honest, many of you guys who sound so damn self-righteous are watching her videos, or watching these women. That's why I love Obsidian. At least he's honest. Sometimes I think you guys are just being dishonest. I don't think you're walking around with your Bible saying, "Oh, that strumpet." Come on, man. All right, let's get down to it. Hello.
How you doing?
I am okay. So, your first name?
Floyd.
All right. So, do you disagree or have an issue with how the interview went?
I think I understand the interview.
Do you disagree? Do you have a disagreement with it or how the interview was conducted? That's what I'm trying to get to.
Can't really say I have a disagreement with your interview. I understand why you did it.
Okay, appreciate it, my friend. Look, guys, I get some of you guys are like, man, women like her and her image that she's putting out there, it's bad. It's bad for young ladies. It's bad for the culture. It's bad for this, bad for that. They said the same. I can't say I disagree with you. I can't say that because I don't. But it doesn't matter what I think. It's still going to be there. Do you not realize that people said the same thing about rock and roll music, rap music, Playboy, porn? But if you're going to make these moralistic arguments, you got a problem because you live in a free country. What I appreciate about a woman like Brittany, like I said in my Instagram video, she said who she is up front. I like the fact when people declare who they are. I think self-awareness is sexy. 2022's tagline. If more people were direct, upfront, and honest with who they were, then you, I, anybody else could make a decision to interact or not interact. Or if we choose to interact, we wouldn't be going into it blind. The woman said who she was. But when she sat down with me, she was cordial, polite, engaging. I would tell her, yeah, you talk loud, your voice is loud, but that's her thing. And in one meeting, I think she's a friendly person. Guys, your best friend in the world and guys you're just acquaintances with aren't the same. But if you're going to be a man of value, in particular, you need a network. And a network is not sycophants. If you were going to run for political office, at best you're going to get is 51% of the vote. What president has won with a 2/3 majority? I think we need to understand something, that diplomacy and things like that is done with speaking. Many times you guys are like, man, I wish Kevin would get on TV, national TV. Okay. The daytime circuit, The View and The Real and all of that. Okay, so, all right. Those people were likely, from what I understand, many of those people disagree with me. Would you want them to handle me? Would you want them to be cursing and this and that and over talking and muting? Or I wouldn't stand for it. Or would you rather see a conversation that goes back and forth and let's talk about the logic, the facts, figure, the data, the statistics, and let's see if the best argument won? That's what we're supposed to be about, gentlemen. The best argument wins. But an interview and a debate are not the same thing. I have yet to hear, okay, you guys aren't on camera, so if you're not on camera, you can't be on. You don't have to agree with how people live their lives and what they do. She's over the top. She's out there. And that's exactly who she says she is. Cool. All right. So this is an impromptu. I wanted to do it a little bit later, so I'd have a chance to get some people in the middle of the country and closer to the West Coast as well. If I see the need to do a part 2, I will. But I'm putting you guys on full notice. I will be sitting down with men I disagree with, face to face, on location. because it matters more. It hits different. I'll still continue to do the platform this way, but when you sit down with somebody face to face, unedited, I'll take that all day. Miss Parker. This looks like a man to me. I don't know how I feel about that one. Go ahead. Unmute yourself.
Hey, what's going on, Kevin?
Okay, you got YouTube playing on in the background. That's too much. You got YouTube playing in the background. Other sound is looping. I think it's funny too. It's like, wait a minute. Is it that I'm gay? Or is it I'm with Brittany? It's like, y'all, they can't come and go. And when I think I announced it, I was like, I'm trying to shut out these people. Let's try this again. She is smiling. Unmute yourself. You gotta make sure the background noise is cut out. Come on, try that again. It's getting late. Unmute. One more time, unmute. I gotta go. Unmute. Oh well, I'm gonna remove that person. Remove this person. You're not unmuting, so oh well. I'll try you one more time, dude. Unmute yourself. Ask to unmute. And people try to blur out their backgrounds and all this other stuff. Yeah, well, all right, bye. So, I'm going to sit down with people I disagree with, men, women, yeah. Hopefully do it here. Hopefully we can do it in different countries. Yeah, we got to and have the conversation. If you don't like the conversation, if you don't want to have the debate, then don't watch the interviews. But again, some of the people you like the most, from Tom Likas to Jordan Peterson, sat down with people who disagree with them. And if you can't sit down with people who have influence and a following who disagree with you and have a respectful conversation, then what good is it? That's the people you want to talk to, people who have influence, people who do have a platform, to find common ground where you can. The old saying, a broke clock is right twice a day. Doesn't say throw the clock away. All right. Thank you, guys.